Move on to race number 6, and we're back down the straight here for race number 6, 1,000-metre dash here. It's a Class 3 contest as well, with 3 horses making their Hong Kong debuts. Heart Conquered, though, back here to Sha Tin. He debuted here, 3rd behind Voyage Warrior. It was a good run. Baltic Whisper's a 3-time course and distance winner. Ganesh Talai makes his Hong Kong debut, a maiden winner as a 2-year-old out of South Africa. Chikorita, Hong Kong debut, a 2-time winner in Australia, most recently over 1,200 metres. Allied Agility is a 2-time course and distance winner. Jumbo Engine makes his Hong Kong debut. Red Epaulette was his name when he raced in Ireland and the UK for that matter as well. Goko gets a wide gate, a good course and distance record, 4-time winner here, and War of Courage up in class. He was the last start course and distance winner as well as favourite, beating Fantasy. Special stars, Allied Agility, Goko and So Glorious are the horses that have been on the road up to Chung for back in the last 30 days.
Should be plenty of pace in this race. There's 3 horses that'll be at the pointy end of things. Baltic Whisper, he's a quick horse out of the machine. Chikorita has shown some speed in his trials here and looks progressive enough. First up out of the stable from Michael Chang, and Allied Agility is another horse that can go forward. He was fractious in the gates last time out and withdrawn. He has trialled twice since. Ganesh Talai on the second line with War of Courage Larson, and on the far side Harmony and Rich, Diamond Pegasus and Uga Chaka from a new stable.
Here is Ganesh Talai down the back straight. That's a small village in Canberra, if anyone, in India, if anyone's interested. Goes nicely down the back here.
Have you read the book?
Say that again.
I haven't read the book, no. So Rubardi, is it? But he goes well. Chikorita on debut here, under a good hold as well. Chikorita, again a gelding this horse, but look, he's 12.59 pounds on debut. He's had the 2 trials, cheek pieces and tongue tie on his Hong Kong debut for this horse. And Allied Agility just working his way up the hill there. Another horse who goes nicely enough, gets a £7 claim now with Alfred Chan aboard. Has won off a similar rating with that claim, so he goes nicely.
All right, OK, let's get straight into it then. Starting off with Harmony and Rich, Larson, Baltic Whisper and Goko. Touched on his course and distance record. 4 times he's won here down the straight, 4 times second, 2 times third. He's
been a bit disappointing in his last couple of runs. Of course, he is Aurora, Goko. Harmony and Rich has put up some good runs so far. He's here having start number 4, and he's run 3 third placings so far. That's Hong Kong win on the far side, running in Valiant Dreams. So Harmony and Rich has come up against some good horses here. Larson just sort of battled fairly over the final stages.
Yeah, I was disappointed with Larson. I think I had as my long shot in that race. I've got Harmony and Rich in 3rd.
Right, OK. Allied Agility has won down the straight as well. This is a run behind Duke Wise. The last time we saw him, in actual fact, at the start of December. Yeah,
this is his go, isn't it? The straight 1,000. He's won a couple of races down here before. He's one of, as I said, one off a rating of 59. He's 67 now, but he's got the claim, £7 claim. The tongue tie will go on for the first time with him. And I think he's going well leading into this contest.
He just boxed on fairly over the final stages here. As I mentioned, he went off in the gates last time out, which is something we haven't seen from him before. He was withdrawn, but he has trialled since up at Chung Fa, once for 4th and Happy Valley for 2nd.
All right, War of Courage found the winner's enclosure pretty quickly on just his 3rd start, placed on his previous 2 efforts. This was a solid win and looked to be the further they went, the better for him.
Yeah, definitely. And I'll tell you what I really liked about this, the last sort of 20 metres where he just started pulling away from Fantasy, who's a nice horse as well. And the horse in 3rd there, Happy Alumni, he's come out and won since as well. So I think it's a really good form race this horse has come out of. And I like him. I think he's only had the 3 starts, but the pennies dropped really quickly.
He has trialled since that last start effort as well. He finished 3rd, and I thought he was held together nicely. So I think he's a big player here, up in grade, bottom of the weights.
All right, he is our favourite at this stage as well. What about Chikorita making his Hong Kong debut? Let's again hear from the jockey, Zach Purton.
Chikorita, Zach, it's been a long way for him to come from Bow Desert and Ipswich. What's your take on the way that he's trialled leading into his first run here in Hong Kong?
He's a very strong-willed horse. He's got a very strong hold in the morning. You can't control him too much. He just sort of jumps and runs, and that's why he's in a 1,000-metre race.
His most recent trial down the straight over 800 metres. Looks like he's got speed and can put himself up there. Yeah,
exactly. He's got speed, you know. Tactically, you can't do much with him because he just doesn't respond when you try and get him to come back. So he's a jump and run horse, and hopefully he can jump and run for long enough.
Does he feel fit enough?
He's done enough. He's a very big horse, so I think he can improve with racing, but he's done enough.
You rode the Theo at the barrier trials on Tuesday. We've since learnt that he's not heading to Dubai. What was your take on the trial? Was he just not quite where you'd like him to be at?
It's just going to be a rush for him. You know, ideally he would have needed another trial going into that race to see him be competitive enough. It's just a time thing. There's just not enough time.
All right, so that's Thero not going to Dubai. Plenty more big days for him, though, I'm sure. Chikorita, on the other hand, does look a smart sort.
Yeah, Cheek Peaks' first time for Chikorita was with Brian Guy in Australia, and I did watch that win at Ipswich last time out. I thought won quite nicely. Interesting, he's only had a couple of trials here, the most recent one over 800 metres.
Yeah, he's 12.59 pounds too, so he's a big boy. Look, I didn't put him in. I was happy to watch him go round.
All right. War of Courage, though, you're keen on him, Paul?
Oh, yeah, I really like this Roar of Courage. I think his last start in particular was very, very good. And I like him. And at the bottom of the weights, he's come up favourite, 3.6 though. Sounds about his right price. So he's on top to beat Allied Agility, who's quite well rated now in 1,000 metres as his go. Harmony and Rich put him in there for third. He has run third in his last three. And it was a good third behind Hong Kong Win. And then for fourth there, Heart Conquered. He comes back to Sha Tin, which I think he's run his best race to date, down the straight 1,000. He's had 2 runs at Happy Valley since, but then this is more his go. 14, 8, 4, 1.
Yeah, I think stepping up in grade and down in weight after that last up win for War of Courage, he'll be tough to beat here with Matthew Chadwick and Manfred Mann, who recently notched up 500 winners. Harmony and Rich goes in. I've liked what he's done. Heart Conquered, so I'm going to throw him in again. He was wide, no cover last start, but ran well in his first 2 runs down the straight, or his first run down the straight anyway, and that is second up run at Happy Valley behind Hong Kong Win and Chikorita on a minor line. 14, 4, 1 and 6.
I got the same 4 numbers as Tom, slightly different order, but we all got War of Courage on top. And we've all got the 1, 4 and 14 on numbers in the final leg of the Triple Trio.
Let's take a ticket then.
There we go. All right, that's race number 6 done and dusted as well. Up next for us, race number 7, Class 3 again. This time, though, 1,400 metres.